Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now today we are recording this video from a different angle and different location, and you just bear with me with the issue of sound. I know it will not be good, but we have to do this. Now, Raila Odinga was in Bungoma County, and there is something that has emerged from that Azimio rally. If William Ruto is not careful, Raila and Azimio side are crafting a strategy that might make William Ruto even lose more vote than what he had anticipated to get in the Western region. For those who remember, there was a leaked video where William Ruto was heard saying how he was almost going physical to slap President Uhuru Kenyatta just because the president was almost giving up after 2017 general election, which was nullified. Of course, Ruto alikuja kajitetea, but in return, Azimio used it very well, of which it painted William Ruto as a leader who is thirsty for power and how he can go physical. So, Junet Mohammed and the Governor Joho decided to play that clip in a rally somewhere. After that, now the issue of slap emerged. CS Eugene Wamalwa came in and he explained how William Ruto was almost slapping him for presenting the Luhya issues to President Uhuru Kenyatta's table. And it turned into where now Ruto decided to abuse Eugene Wamalwa. Actually, referred to Eugene Wamalwa as a woman. Eugene has been using that issue of a woman in Bungoma and Trans-Nzoia. It was selling. But now they have decided that to make sure that they are denying William Ruto votes in Bungoma, they have now gone for an old clip where William Ruto was on an interview with Jeff Koinange, and Ruto was answering a question about the issue of Trans-Nzoia. Ruto was clear that the Luhyas and other communities that migrated to Trans-Nzoia have to go back to their original land. Na waache watu wa Trans-Nzoia wakae kwao. Eugene is now using this, and he brought this issue into the Azimio rally. The same way Junet Mohammed played the other clip, Eugene requested for that clip to be played. And this is what happened. Let's watch shortly, and after this we will continue with this conversation.
Munataka niwaambie kuna kitu William Ruto amesema na nataka msikize kwa makini paka amalize na Didmas asikize. Hebu DJ wachilia tusikie Ruto anasema nini juu ya Trans-Nzoia.
Who lived where? Whose land is ancestrally whose? For example, the whole of Kitale. The Luhyas, the Incases, many of the Kalenjin subtribes who are there today will have to move out because that land ancestrally belonged to the Pokot, the Cherangani, the Sengwer, and the Sabao.
But that's a little nataka mutulie paka amalize Maranoliano omwana muluya o Kamaru sendiso omwana omarohoro makanota omurwa bali Ruto ni ohoro makano nenya murekeresya amale abole kamarova ka Trans-Nzoia kanan. Muli tayari? Mularekeresya? Okay, rudia tena bwana DJ.
Who lived where? Whose land is ancestrally whose? For example, the whole of Kitale. The Luhyas, the Incases, many of the Kalenjin subtribes who are there today will have to move out because that land ancestrally belonged to the Pokot, the Cherangani, the Sengwer, and the Sabao.
Oh, but that's a little extreme, Mheshimiwa.
It is not extreme, it is in the constitution.
Vekimilili mwaulile Ruto khabola alikamarova ka Trans-Nzoia ke valuya venywe kweli khabola alike va Sengweri ta khabola alike va Pokoti ta khabola alihuisye ta Didmas esena amakimilili ewo mbunge wasi luno luri Ruto kandi mania Trans-Nzoia olina kamarova niko umba Vekimilili. Mulina kamalova niko muhuwe Bungoma. Mimi nataka muniambie watu wa Bungoma. Sababu historia ya Trans-Nzoia is a very painful history. Masinde Muliro ametoka hapa Kimilili Matili, akaenda Trans-Nzoia. Senator William Wamalwa, babangu ametoka hapa Kimilili, akaenda Trans-Nzoia. Wamalwa kijana, Trans-Nzoia. George Captain, Trans-Nzoia. Na hayo mashamba hatukupewa, walinunua. Lakini tangu 1992, William Ruto akiwa kwa YK92, kwa uongozi wa KANU, walisema watu wa Luhya na jamii.
Now, I want you to listen to the original video and pay a close attention to William Ruto language to show how serious he meant when he said that people have to leave Trans-Nzoia and get back to their original land. Watch this.
Who lived where? Whose land is ancestrally whose? For example, the whole of Kitale. The Luhyas, the Kisses, many of the Kalenjin subtribes who are there today will have to move out because that land ancestrally belonged to the Pokot, the Cherangani, the Sengwer, and the Sabaot.
Oh, but that's a little extreme, Mheshimiwa.
It is not extreme, it is in the Constitution. I will challenge you to go and read it. That's it.
Now we are continuing with our panel discussion, but just a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you're not yet subscribed, so my humble request, please consider subscribing so that another time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers and anyone who don't comment, I must say thank you so much for the conditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our videos to more viewers. Let's go back to our discussion. Now, the truth of the matter is that Raila Odinga is commanding good numbers in 3 counties in Western region. That is Vihiga, Kakamega, and Busia. The only area where he might not be sure of maybe 70% and above, it is Trans-Nzoia and Bungoma County. And therefore, Raila and the Azimio team are strategically using every strategy that can make sure that they are getting more votes in Western region by even engineering in situations which can make Luhyas to protest against the candidature of William Ruto. That's the truth. So Bungoma na Trans-Nzoia, Raila na Ruto wanaweza gawana kura. Maybe 50-50 or 60-40 there. But Raila is looking for 70 and above. That's the real issue. And that is what is informing Eugene Wamalwa to make sure that he is dealing with the issue of William Ruto completely so that he can bury Ruto and bar him from accessing Western region when voting will happen. That's the truth. So there's a question Eugene Wamalwa is asking here. If Ruto said that everyone will get back to their original land, and remember there was another video where Ruto was saying that the first thing they're looking for is power. And now when they have power, it's when they will make a decision. But still they're looking for power, they are quiet. If you remember that clip. And therefore this is a warning that Eugene Wamalwa is really bringing it back to the Luhyas to understand who William Ruto is, what plan he has for the Luhya, and how we see Luhyas in Trans-Nzoia. Because now Trans-Nzoia is part of Rift Valley, but dominantly Luhya community wako huko na wengine hivi. And that's why Luhyas will always have a governor in Trans-Nzoia county. Kayemba ameserve 2 terms anaenda. George Natembea ni Mluhya, Chris Wamalwa ni Mluhya. So one of these two will get that seat. But according to Ruto, hiyo ni part of Rift Valley, and therefore hao Wasabaot na hao wengine ndio inafaa wakuwe huko. So there is a genuine question Eugene Wamalwa is asking here. If Ruto will happen to win this election and become the president, one of the things he will do is to make sure that what he said in the interview with Jeff Koinange, he is going to implement it. And there was a question I was posing to the people of Bungoma County, because we know Eugene and the family, they originated from Bungoma, huko Kimilili, then wakaenda Trans-Nzoia. So the question was, if Ruto is going to evict us from Trans-Nzoia, you people of Bungoma, are you going to give us land? Muko na shamba yenye mtatupea. And the truth of the matter is that there's no land Eugene will get, and the entire Luhyas living in Bungoma. Remember, there are majorities. So if you're going to evict them, it means they're going to come back to the Bungoma side, and they don't have land there. Where are they going to stay? What this guys means here is similar thing you can compare to the Kikuyus staying in Nakuru and those who are staying in the Mount Kenya region. So of course, anything that is touching the Kikuyu community staying in Nakuru, definitely the people who are staying in Mount Kenya region are going to feel it. That's the same thing Eugene Wamalwa was bringing to the people of Bungoma. And of course, those who are in Trans-Nzoia are feeling it direct. So this is meant to win more vote for Raila Odinga so that Luhyas can protest on ballot against someone who is prepared to evict them from the land they bought genuinely in Trans-Nzoia. So that's the message here. So if Ruto is not careful, the way he became abusive to Eugene Wamalwa, and now Eugene is explaining so many things, and I know more and more will come. If he's not careful with this issue, then it might make him to lose more of the BUKUSU votes, because this is the only area he has hope. At least even if he's not getting 50, he can get 40. But with the new strategy, it might work against William Ruto, and this can backfire on ballot. So Luhyas are not going to be comfortable electing someone who has a plan to evict them from the rightful land which their great-grandfathers bought and they have inherited throughout the generations. That is the message Eugene and the team were planting into the masses in Western region so that they can have a sense of direction when voting will come. Again, this video portrays William Ruto as a tribal leader. And this is also meant to remind Luhyas how Ruto managed to isolate them from the Jubilee government. Jubilee 1, Jubilee 2. Because they had coalition, Jubilee coalition, and now Jubilee party. There was no way Ruto appointed any Luhya into President Uhuru Kenyatta's cabinet, despite the fact that he had a chance to appoint half of that cabinet. Because according to the agreement, it was half power. They were sharing power. That's why you saw even to an extent they were wearing the same ties, addressing the same podium as co-president. That's why what they were trying to do there. So Ruto did not see any chance, any reason to appoint any Luhya to that cabinet. And then he comes in here, he needs their vote. This is also a reminder. This is a man who wants to evict you. He did not even choose any of the Luhya. He never nominated anyone to President Uhuru Kenyatta's cabinet. And even he threatened Eugene Wamalwa to remove him from that cabinet. Then it's the same person you want to vote for. So Ruto is a leader full of impunity. If you get time or a chance to lead, expect him to lead with a lot of impunity. So that is the message these people had. And actually, it is convincing. We have Luhyas in Bungoma who are not happy with such statement. And this is the reason why Ruto don't like anyone to talk about history. Because if you go to history, it paints Ruto in bad books. This was during YK 92, when Luhyas were not voting for Moi. The boys around Moi, like William Ruto and the team, they were not happy with such people because they were standing with the Kijana Wamalwa and the team. Of course, this side, it was soft to Raila Odinga's father and even to Raila's side. Because of this, Kanu was not happy, and the boys in Kanu were not comfortable with the Luhyas. That's why they were telling him. So what if Ruto become the president? then you don't vote for him, what do you expect? He's going to lead with a lot of ethnicity and tribal in that state house. That's the message these people are sending to the people. We are waiting to see the rebuttal or how Ruto is going to respond with his team. And we will also come here to give our views. Thank you so much for listening to this family. Good God bless you. See you in our next video, but let us meet in the comment section to have a continuation of this conversation.